education that begins a mutation of our relations with other people who have a different shade of pigmentation. It wasn't long ago. We were all taught the song. In Sunday school, we all sang along. But this voice is different. Red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in His sight. Jesus loves the little children of the world isn't just for little boys and just for little girls. In fact, the ones who need that voice now are the grown-ups it seems that we've all allowed the voice of society to dictate what's true. Dictate your mentality, your reality, and it dictates you. Blue lives, black lives, yeah, of course they all matter, but the voice that seems to infiltrate all of that chatter is the voice of hate and the voice of anger, telling us to lash out on a total stranger. The voices of pain and hurt on both sides. So many lives touched from those that have died. And I understand the voices that ring loud in your ears from those who've lost family and friends that are dear. All the chaos of this world is overwhelming you. And maybe it's so bad that you've decided you have no other choice but to hate the ones that have hurt you. And let me tell you, you don't have to. Despite how you feel that you're trapped in a place, overcome with a war over color and race, you feel as though your hands are tied, voices demanding that you take inside. But in the midst of all the cries and voices, I want you to know that we still have choices. Because there's a voice that calls out amidst all the others, but it's a still small voice, so it often gets smothered. This voice is pleading with a heart that's been broken, a voice filled with words of love that are spoken. This voice says to be kind one to another, with a heart that's tender to forgive your brother. And your brother isn't just someone who matches your skin. You don't have to be related to be next of kin, because in God's eyes, we're all related, all descendants of the first man that He created. You say, man, you're talking crazy, the words that you speak. I mean, how many times do I turn the other cheek? 70 times 7. That's what His words say, but can I tell you what He meant? It was to do it every day. You say, I know what you're thinking. Choices, you said? I mean, what do I have to choose? If I forgive time and again, it's still a lose-lose with a sure guarantee to get used and abused. Yeah, maybe. But let me ask you, wasn't He? When He gave His life and He hung on a tree, wasn't He used when He was beaten and bruised? Yeah, He was. But He didn't have to choose. And when He gave up the ghost, it sure seemed like He lost. All hell's voices cheered as He died on the cross. It sure seemed like defeat when that old tomb was sealed. It's not black words on white paper, what happened was real. But 3 days later, that one voice prevailed. It cries out now, yet it calls and compels. Let me tell you that voice isn't boisterous and loud. It's not crying out for attention. And it sure isn't proud. Yeah, the voices will tell you that the only way to win is to make people pay for their actions and sin. But the only way to have peace in the end is to give kindness instead of violence, understanding instead of blame, instead of actions of hatred, words of comfort and pain. You see, revenge won't heal it. The media won't conceal it. No legislation can appeal it. There's only one way to truly deal with it. What you see on your TV may frighten and scare. But this voice calls for courage and knees bowed in prayer. You see, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. But grace and forgiveness delivers mankind. So while the world's voices call out for your ear, please don't forget what I'm saying right here. Where the true joy and peace are to one day break through. It all depends on which voice we choose to listen to.